Hi everyone, welcome to this guide on mastering punctuation. Whether you're writing essays, emails, or creative stories, punctuation is what makes your writing clear, easy to follow, and effective. Today I'm going to explain each important punctuation mark, the rules for using them, exceptions to watch out for, and clear examples. So by the end of this video, you'll feel confident and in control of your writing. Let's dive right in. First up, the period. The period is used to end a complete sentence or thought. It tells the reader that's the end of the idea. For example, she loves reading books. We also use periods in abbreviations such as DR for doctor, US for United States. But here's the exception. Some modern abbreviations such as VIP don't need periods. Periods are also used after commands such as close the door. Remember, without periods our writing would just run on forever. Next is the comma. The comma is like a pause. It helps separate parts of a sentence and makes everything clearer. We use commas for separating items in a list, such as I bought apples, oranges, bananas, and grapes. So here, after each item, we use a comma to separate them. Exception is that if the list is short or clear, the comma can be omitted, such as I bought apples, oranges, and bananas. Here there are only three items, and the list is short, so we don't need to use a comma. Next up, we use commas before conjunctions such as but, and, or so. For example, I wanted to stay, but I had to leave. But if the clauses are too short, the comma may be omitted, such as I went and I stayed. After introductory elements such as after the meeting, we went for lunch. But the exception is if the introductory element is short, like one word, the comma may be omitted. On Sunday, we went to the park. After non-essential information, we use commas to separate non-essential clauses or phrases, such as my brother who is a teacher is visiting. Again, if the information is essential to the sentence, we can't use the comma. We use commas for dates and addresses. Example, I was born on June 5, 2000 in New York. The comma is really essential as it helps separate parts of a sentence and makes it easy for the reader to understand. Next up is the question mark. The question mark goes at the end of a direct question. For example, are you coming to the party? Here, are you coming to the party is a question and we place a question mark after the question. But we don't use a question mark if the question is indirect. For example, she asked if I was coming. Here it's an indirect question, so no question mark is used. But the exception is that for rhetorical questions, although they appear to be a question, they are often treated as statements. We have to use question mark. For example, who doesn't love chocolate? This is more of a statement than a question, so we have to use question marks. Next is the exclamation mark. We use exclamation marks to show strong emotion, excitement, or urgency. For example, wow, that was incredible. Here it shows the element of surprise or another strong emotion. But we should not use it too frequently as it dilutes the effect. We also use exclamation mark in commands. Next is the colon. A colon introduces something important like a list, an exclamation, or a conclusion. For example, there are three colors I like red, blue, and green. We use a colon after a complete sentence or an independent clause, such as she has one goal to win the race. Here, she has one goal is a complete sentence or an independent clause. Exception. We can't use a colon after complete sentences or dependent clauses. For example, my favorite fruits are. Here, that's not a complete sentence. We also use a colon to separate the hours, minutes, and seconds. The time is 5:30 p.m. Let's move on to the semicolon. Semicolon connects two closely related but complete sentences. For example, She loves hiking. It's her favorite activity. We also use semicolons in lists where items contain commas, such as we visited London, England, Paris, France, and Rome. Semicolons are also used before conjunctive adverbs, such as he is tired, however, he will go to the party. Exception is that it's overused or misused, especially when a comma is sufficient. I wanted to go, but I was too tired, and it was raining. Here it is incorrect to use a semicolon, rather, a comma is enough. Remember, a semicolon is stronger than a comma but softer than a period, and it really helps keep complex writing neat and balanced. Now, quotation marks. Quotation marks show direct speech or quotes. For example, she said, I'll meet you there. When quoting inside a quote, we switch to single quotation marks, like this. He said, I heard her say, I'll be there soon. Also, punctuation like commas and periods go inside the quotation marks, such as it's cold outside. Here, the comma goes inside the quotation marks. An exception is that in titles of long works, books, movies, use italics or underlining, not quotes. Example, The Catcher in the Rye. Here we should not use quotation marks. Quotation marks helps us share someone's exact words clearly and accurately. Let's talk about apostrophes. We use apostrophe to show possession. For example, the teacher's desk. Here it shows the possession of the desk by the teacher. Another example is the dog's bone. We also use apostrophes for contraction, such as it's cold outside. Here it's is short for it is. But an exception is that plural possessive require an apostrophe after the s, such as the teacher's lounge. Here, as there are multiple teachers, the apostrophe is placed after the s. Irregular possession. Possession for plural nouns not ending in s require an apostrophe before s, such as children's toys. Finally, the dash. The dash is used to add emphasis, show a sudden break in thought, or insert additional information. For example, the meeting will be held from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The dashes are used for different purposes, such as used to represent ranges from time, like 10 to 12 p.m. Then for adding emphasis, such as she was late, very late to the party. And another example is I was thinking. No, I was sure that I had seen it before. Overusing the emphasis dash can make writing seem too informal or fragmented. So there you have it. Punctuation isn't just a set of rules, it's a secret to clear, powerful communication. Periods, commas, question marks, exclamation marks, colons, semicolons, quotation marks, apostrophes, and dashes. Each one plays an important role in guiding your reader and shaping your message. Master these, and your writing will shine with clarity and confidence. Thank you for watching and happy writing.